It doesn't count like that in the spirit realm. Remembering a funny encounter, I don't know if I can share it, where my wife saw my spiritual age. I'd been married by then. It was very weird. I can't say that. That's a weird encounter. But she's weird like that. That's why I married her too. So a weird way. We're wedding. Amen. Oh my God. You look at people and think they are their body. You are a fool. Discern people spiritually. Yeah. You don't greet and relate with people according to their physical age. I don't want to be distracted this morning, but it's the last thing you should do when you discern a person. Know no man after the flesh. There are persons whose lives will shift you, and they are 12 years old. There's a story I'll never forget. When I was in university, I read of this man who has heard of the Moravian revival. Read. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? Tell your neighbor, read now. Read. What are you reading? 7 steps to find your man. If that's how your spiritual life started, and I pity you, at least start with fire. Then you would have found the man since. Read things that will stir you up on your spirit. So I was reading this one day. This was probably 100 level or 200 level. Kai. And the man said he went to a village to minister, and the atmosphere was dry. You don't know the Moravian revival, so how do I explain now? So let me start from Moravian revival. So the Moravian revival started with a man who saw a picture, a painting of Jesus, and said, how did he put it? Who knows the statement he made? He said, the lamb must receive the reward of his suffering. He was a rich man, so he bought a field and then gathered people who are going to pray. And then taking care of them. They were praying every day for 100 years. How many years? For how many years? That place literally became, how do I explain this? Became a portal, a hub. Rick Joyner built his university around some of those places so that one man of God said, there you bump into angels. You'll be thinking it's a human being you've been talking to since. Because of how much heaven. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyways, this story, back to this story. This man was about to minister. Of course, he struggled the first session. Then he asked the people in the church, maybe there were about 10 or 15 of them, so are there any praying people in this place? Because there's no fire here. We need to pray, or else we'll struggle. And then they said there's one boy. One of the products of that revival. People like John Wesley were impacted by that revival. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? One person met John Wesley on a boat that was from that move. Spoke to him, challenged him, prayed over him. John Wesley came out of that contact. I don't know if someone is getting what I'm saying. That's how dense they were. If one of them... Let's leave that. Anyways. So this man was in that village and they was looking for someone that can pray. And they said there's a young boy, 12, 13 years old. I'm saying that because you don't discern people according to their physical age. So much matter on that boy. He said, bring him. He said, it's a boy that came from that, So they brought him, and he came. And he said, please pray. And he knelt down. His elderly man said, there's a way a person will pray, you know he knows God. He said he could see it on his face that this man, this young boy, he knows God more than me. He knelt down and he stared into heaven for about 10, 15 straight minutes. Not a word, just looking. And the next thing came out of his mouth. He said, I seem to be gazing at the throne of God, and I see power there. He shouted, let it loose. Let it loose. The entire congregation, the entire village blacked out. Everybody collapsed under the power in the entire village, not inside the church. You understand what I was reading in 200 level? My body was sparking. I said, God, which kind of life do I have like this? Just let small loose. Just let small loose for me. You don't discern people according to their physical age. All right? Help her. Focus, focus, focus. You don't discern people according to their physical age. You discern people according to their what? Spiritual age. If you like to put it like that. So that you don't lose out on things, all right? Wise men. Proof that they were wise is that they could travel all the way from the east. It was not a 2 days journey. Traveled all the way to come and honor an elderly man, right? Answer me now. To qualify as wise men, those guys they were not young boys. Traveled all the way, and they didn't come empty-handed. They came to honor a baby. It's wisdom to discern. Is that clear? Yes, so today, discern correctly, because you can't be blessed by a grace you don't accurately discern. Is that all right? Just have that by the side. Write it down. Take note for your life. Every time God grants you opportunity to encounter any grace, discern correctly. Don't interact with people according to sense knowledge, logic, or your interactions with their person in the physical. Be conscious of the divine matter that they carry and that you will come into as you encounter those graces. So let's keep going. Isaac was old, almost blind, but he didn't change the fact that something was with him. That if he gives to you, your destiny will change with your eyes that are open. He is sitting down, barely